Today I'm going to show you how I introduce the tunnel with dogs that are on the shyer or less confident side. A lot of our tunnel training protocols involve having a short tunnel and recalling our puppies through the tunnel. And this works really great for a lot of very confident dogs, but what do we do when they are a little bit more reluctant to even approach the tunnel entrance like Shelby is? In this case, I've placed my remote feeder inside the tunnel. I'm using a little bit as a lure at the start just to see if I can get her feeling comfortable and willing to eat treats out of the remote feeder, just setting a few paws into the tunnel, and that's all I'm asking her to do for this moment. When I see she's comfortable eating the treats out of the remote feeder, I'm ready to move on. So I've set the remote feeder a little further back, and now I'm going to start making it a little more contingent. If she enters the tunnel, then I'm going to press the button and give her her reward. And so I'm going to keep repeating this until I see that she's pretty confident about going in there and isn't slowing down, isn't hesitating to go into the tunnel and get her cookies. So now I've moved it back for our third session, even a little further. You can see the tail's wagging, she's enjoying it, and I'm just, again, I want this to be a fun, happy process for her, where she is just running into the tunnel. When I see her go in, I'm pressing the button, and she's getting her reward delivered. And we're just going to keep continuing this pattern until we get to the end of the session and make it a little more challenging. And for session 4, again, we're almost all the way out. You can see she is having to work a little harder, you know, she's kind of trotting through, and I'm totally okay with that for right now. I just want her to be having a good time, and the bright eyes, the perky ears, the tail wag, that is going to be perfectly acceptable for me right now for this level of training. I also know that when I start to move it out and make the distances longer, that will give her more of a chance to be able to run. So again, multiple repetitions. I'm not moving on too fast for her. And now I'm almost all the way through. She's still being very careful, which is why, again, I'm probably going to keep at this for quite a while. Give her lots of cookies for it, give her lots of cookies for it. And I'm going to get one more before I show you our session 6. We're going to move on, because I think that she can have the remote feeder out by now. So basically the same thing, but the remote feeder is out of the tunnel, and this is just going to allow me to basically do the same thing we've been doing before, but now we can reset at the beginning instead of coming through the tunnel. So I really just kind of wanted to get to that point where she could do the tunnel, and you can see obviously we don't quite have that commitment yet, so just a little more support while she's still learning. Totally okay for our baby dogs. We haven't added that to the criteria yet. Beautiful. And so as she's advancing in this, she's going to naturally start building some obstacle focus. This is one of the other reasons I really like the remote feeder, is because I want the reward to be involved with the obstacle in this case, especially for her, who is a dog who's very handler focused. And as you can see, it's really helping her build drive, and she's also having a lot of independence where she can find the tunnel on her own as we do each repetition. So she's growing and growing, and now we've got, you know, about maybe 10 feet of distance where she is able to drive ahead of me, do the tunnel, and get her reward, which is really, really fantastic. The total training time for all of these sessions adds up to 4 minutes and 15 seconds, which I'm really happy with. The total setup time included was about 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Overall, really happy with her progress on this exercise, and this is where we'll stay for quite a while.